In this lesson, we're going to cover the actual sound compression settings available to us in Flash. If it's not already open, hit the Set button in the Publish Settings dialog to access the sound settings themselves. Grab the drop-down list and let's see what's in it. In the Publish Settings dialog, the first entry here is Disable, whereas in the sound properties from the item in the library, it's default. This simply lets us globally disable sounds from this dialog. Now let's go back over to the item in the library now. Double-click it, and here we have default. Okay, now before we go through the actual options for each one of these settings, I'm going to give you an overview of how they work. One thing you'll see a few times is sample rate. This equates to the number of times per second there is a sample point in the file. How it works is that the more times per second a sound is sampled, the more accurate it'll be, and it will sound better. The flip side is that the more samples there are, the larger the file size gets. So the goal with setting sample rate is to find a compromise between sound quality and file size. Sound familiar? We can make a choice, and then we can hit the test button to listen. And also, have a look at the resulting file size here at the bottom. Keep in mind, though, that you can never achieve an increase in quality by setting the sample rate to something higher than the original. If there's only a certain amount of data there to start with, we can't create it from scratch. Another thing we see is a bits setting. This determines how accurate each sample is. The more bits that are used, the more accurate the sample will be. And again, the bigger the file size. As always, find a compromise. Finally, under MP3, there's a quality setting. Compressed sounds have to be decompressed at the other end to be played back by the viewer's computer, and this controls how much work the viewer's computer has to do to decompress the file for playback. And again, it's a trade-off. If we compress more to get a smaller file size, it takes more effort to compress and decompress it. Okay, now let's go back up here and have a look at our compression types. The first one after default, or disable, is ADP-CM. This is a compressed format, but it's not the same as MP3. It's best suited to very short sounds like clicks that you assign to button events. Next is MP3. And we can convert stereo files to mono, which cuts the file size in half because there's only one audio track instead of two. And we have the bitrate and quality that we just talked about. Next is RAW. This is uncompressed, so the quality is as good as the original, but the file size is very large. It's not used very much at all, but it's there if you need it, along with the convert to mono and sample rate options. And finally, we have speech. This is a special type of compression that's ideally suited to speech. Human speech doesn't contain the range of frequencies that music does, so it can be more easily compressed. And that's it for Sounds in Flash. You should now be comfortable with having complete control over the behavior and delivery of your sounds. Let's keep going and move on to the next lesson.